Stuck with a flat pancake butt for the longest time. I was giving it my all in the gym. I was pushing through glute exercises, and after months I was still stuck with a flat butt. I finally cracked the code and realized the best way that I saw growth finally in my glutes was when I was going to the gym and I started lifting heavy weights, which is something I was scared of doing for a really long time. But simply enough, like doing the body weight glute bridges and like squats at home just isn't really gonna cut it. I am full Chinese, and for some reason there's something in our genes that just makes it significantly harder to grow any sort of dumpy.
If you're new here, I'm Eileen, someone that has been struggling to show up in the gym, and you really want to not only better your body, but also everything mindset, everything confidence, not comparing yourself, showing up, doing the uncomfortable things, posting online, then this channel is for you. And I would love if you subscribed to follow for new videos and tips every single week.
Glutes are a muscle, and if you want to grow them, going to the gym, lifting heavy, that's going to be your best bet on how to do that. And you're going to want to incorporate exercises from 3 main glute groups, and it's going to be a thrust movement, a squat movement, and then a hinging movement. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into this workout. Diving straight into it, you're going to want to make sure to warm up your glutes. This is actually one of the most important parts, and I highly recommend getting some sort of resistance band. This is what is going to activate your glutes and get them ready and in action for the upcoming exercises. So I like to start off with some leg swings, just kicking back and forth around 10 times per side. Huge thing is opening up your hips, so I like to do these forward lunges and hold for around 15 to 30 seconds on each side, and these windshield wiper things to really get those hips going. I find that this helps my lower back a lot. I actually went to PT for my lower back for a bit, and they would always have me stretch my hips like this. So lastly, do some banded squats. Keep it nice and slow and push your knees outwards as much as you can so that you can feel that activation in your glutes. But that is pretty much it for the warm-up. Once you feel ready, we're gonna start with a squat/lunge movement. First exercises, I like to do the big compound exercises, like the most tiring ones first. And so this squat/lunge movement is going to target mostly your lower glutes, and I love the hack squat. For setup, I have a hack squat machine at your gym. If you don't, you can use a Smith machine, but I also like to do something called a pyramid set, which means I'm going to start with 4 sets of around 15 reps as kind of my warm-up set, and increasingly add weight as it goes on. So next I would do like 12 reps, then 10 reps, and then 8 reps while increasing the weight during each set. All of the workout details are going to be included in the description below. Key pointers for this are to brace your core and squat down until your thighs are about parallel to the floor, and also make sure your lower back isn't rounding and your knees are pushing outwards. And going up, extend your legs and drive through your heels until you return to the starting position, and make sure your knees are not locking out at the top. And yes, this is going to hurt your quads as well and make them burn along with your glutes, but it's one of my favorite compound exercises. I would recommend timing your rest so you don't get distracted like me. So psychologically, it's also like if you have a timer instead of a stopwatch, you're more likely to do something because of the countdown. But next up is our thrust/bridge movement. These are going to work your upper and lower glutes, and especially when you're squeezing at the top. Of course, the fan fave is hip thrusts, and that's for a reason. These literally built my glutes, and they are on fire every single time after doing this exercise. You're going to want to find a bench, and you can either use a barbell or you can use a hip thrust machine, which most modern gyms do have nowadays. But the setup is we're going to do 4 sets of these hip thrusts, and it's kind of going to be a combination. So I like to do 10 regular reps, followed by a 10-second hold at the top, and then almost like these mini glute bridges or mini hip thrusts. The bench should be right underneath your shoulder blades, and when you're coming up, you are going to have your legs reach 90 degrees at the top and your knees directly above your feet. Make sure not to arch your back. I would tuck your pelvis and kind of scoop the weight up. Also find that adding a resistance band helps with this. I personally feel the glute squeeze even more with the added band. As always, remember to push yourself. You should really be feeling the burn here. Your glutes should be on fire, and honestly in pain after you finish these sets. Also fit in a couple of these side steps throughout your workout if you can't really feel your glutes. I find that helps a lot. Okay, exercise number 3 is going to be a hinge / a pull movement, which is going to target your lower glutes and hammies for this one. But my favorite is the RDL, or Romanian deadlift. This is a little bit of a tricky exercise, to be honest, but a lot of cues that really helped me were to imagine you are closing a door with your butt while shaving your legs. It's kind of crazy, but in general, your knees should be slightly bent, but they shouldn't move too much. It should mainly be a hinge at your hips. And really, when you're doing these exercises, think about the muscle that you are trying to target. It sounds like such a simple tip, but engage your core here. Do not overextend your back or overarch it, because that is what is going to cause it pain. So yeah, keep the torso neutral. Remember, this is a hinge at your hips, not a waist bend. You're going to be pushing your hips back as far as you can. I used to hate on this exercise, but it seriously does do wonders. And once you get it right, you're really going to feel it in your glutes. And then going into 4, it is my worst enemy, Bulgarian split squats. Tips for your Bulgarian split squat: step forward, place your back foot on a bench. Your front leg is going to be the working leg during the exercise, and your back leg is mainly utilized for balance. And I like to keep it flat on the bench behind me. Once you're in position, you're going to bend your knee so that you are going into a deep lunge. Keep your chest up and make sure your front knee isn't passing your toes. Ideally, with me, just know this is one of the last hardest exercises. So the next one we're going to go into is going to be for your quads and their leg extensions. This one's pretty self-explanatory. We're going to be doing 4 sets of 15. Again, this one is pretty simple, but also it's gonna burn really bad, and this is like what you gotta spam if you want quad growth. On an additional challenge, you can hold for 3 seconds at the top and then lower slowly, and once you can't do that anymore, try to do mini reps until failure.
But that pretty much concludes the workout. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have an amazing week, and make sure to save this, try it, push yourself, and subscribe for more videos like this. We're gonna start this workout off with 5 reasons why you should not skip. Number 1, your ops are gonna prey on your downfall, right? And they would obviously want you to skip the gym, so therefore you're gonna go to the gym to prove them wrong. Second thing is you will never regret a workout. Like, I've literally never come back from a workout and been like, dang, I should not have done that. Number 3, your future self is gonna thank you so much that you showed up for yourself and you showed up to go to the gym and do something uncomfortable. Number 4 is, if you can't even do the hard things physically and like physically show up for yourself, how are you going to apply that into the other aspects of your life, like your work and like the goals you have outside of the gym? And then I'm flat as an Asian girl, so I also don't want to stay flat. Just have to choose your hard. Everything is gonna be hard. Staying fat is hard, staying super skinny is hard, going to the gym is hard as well, but it's a hard that pays off, and it will pay it will pay for itself. So we're gonna get this workout in, and it's gonna be amazing.